Well, hello and welcome to Super Summer Series TV, the first episode for season 2024-25 in what is an expanded competition this year with the 11th licence being granted to the Fuggies. So for our first episode tonight, we're going to have a look at the standings on where they stand after round two. Lots of talk during the week over the WhatsApp group and in conversations amongst players around their handicaps. We saw a little bit of virtual breakdown of our handicapper sort of suffering a little bit from the stress. Those handicaps are in. We're going to have Ben from Berkeley Golf who will join us a little bit in this episode in a moment to break down the new handicaps and preview the round ahead, round three, which is taking place this Wednesday night. So let's just have a little bit of a look at where we stand on the ladder after round two. Two undefeated sides, the Golf Gods playing great golf as we expected they would. A little bit of a favourable handicap, many are saying, to start the season off. Be interesting to see what the handicapper does with that. So they're on top of the table, shooting beautifully. 13 pars, 3 birdies and an eagle. So they're doing really well. St Albans Old Boys starting the season with 2 wins. Then we've got lots of teams sitting on 1, and the Blue Gorillas, Clutch & Co. and Berkeley Boys, the only teams without a win, but Berkeley Boys a game in hand. The yellow sign there, just into the yellow little box indicating a bye. So probably not much to say after 2 rounds. We're probably really looking forward to the mid-season break to see how the standings are and once the handicaps even out. But at this stage, as expected, the Golf Gods are doing what was expected, winning games and winning them pretty comfortably. Right, a little bit of a new segment this year. We're calling it the Berkeley Blunder. And what I'd like to showcase tonight is really just a team that has made a strategic error. And that goes to Spazball. For round 2, I thought the Golf Gods played it beautifully. Lucas Elliott just threw it out there on the WhatsApp group. Hey, boys, where would you like to play? You want to play at Melton? Want to play at Keilor? Would you like to come and play down there at Coringal, a little bit of upper market? And Spazball just took the bait beautifully. I think they're starting to believe their own headlines at the moment. They're a little bit invincible and play good golf wherever they do. They certainly do. But to play on a home ground where Lucas Elliott has one of the best course records going in hand, I'm not sure what they were thinking. There's a scorecard. May not be a little bit difficult to see, but 37 to Spazball. Played good golf, but off the stick, beaten by 3 shots to Lucas Elliott on home territory. I'm not sure at what point it sunk into Spazball that the Golf Gods had spun a beautiful web that they'd flown into. Perhaps it was the first hole when the boys got an eagle on that par 5. Perhaps it was there, or perhaps it wasn't at all. But certainly a bit of a blunder there from Spazball. Golf Gods message from St Albans Old Boys: we'll be playing nowhere else but at Melton. We won't be falling into the same trap that Spazball did. So a bit of an error there. It cost them a win, and Golf Gods just beautifully worked Spazball out beautifully for that one. Now, the handicap has got a lot of discussion during the week. We're going to call Ben from Berkeley Golf in. Ben's been quite vocal as well. Ben, welcome to the first episode of Super Summer Series TV for this season. The handicaps, we saw them when they were first announced, lots of speculation. A couple of teams feel quite hard done by, and a couple of teams have been done very well by. But just a reminder that our handicapper has the job to try and create an equal competition. So just a reminder that the handicap, what it actually means, a race or contest in which an artificial advantage is given or a disadvantage imposed on a contestant to equalise chances of winning. That is exactly what VJ is trying to do. Has he got it right yet, Ben? We'll see how we go tonight, but your thoughts?
No, I don't think he's got it right so far. I stand by my comments throughout the week. I think it's pretty clear with the Golf Gods and how they've been tracking, undefeated, 2 pretty comfortable wins. And then obviously as well, you've got the good fellas in Machine Gun Mick, Pistol Pete, and Accurate Alex. He didn't miss a bloody drive all day, and he's clearly been having lessons. And not sure how you're supposed to beat a team with a handicap of 9 when they shoot +3 after 8 holes. So not sure they've been getting right, but hopefully that evens out as the year goes on.
Well, let's have a look at how the handicaps look and the team matchups as we preview round 3 this Wednesday night. We'll kick it off with St Albans Old Boys versus BJ. That's Live Golf there. So St Albans Old Boys, no change to our handicap at 3.25. That's what we came in at round 2. No change to that one. It's second versus third in what's going to shape up as a big contest for St Albans Old Boys. BJ's giving himself a slight clip there, down from 2.75, 2.5. They're going playing off the back 9. Thoughts on this matchup?
Yeah, a bit of toying by the independent handicapper, giving himself a little bit of a clip. But from what I've seen and heard, I mean, BJ's doing a lot of the heavy lifting with Mark Allison still there. He just does what BJ tells him to do, really. St Albans Old Boys off to a good start, but I think the St Albans Old Boys, with the way they've been going, they will get the win on this
Backing
occasion
us in. Backing us in. Well,
for a change.
Mark Allison certainly rebounded beautifully after being discarded there by Mickey Hayes. He moved on to the Golf Gods. So, it'll be a very interesting contest, this one. Let's move on to the next one. It's Clutch & Co. Handicap 7, no change. They might feel quite hard done by coming in with back-to-back losses. Might have thought they got a little bit of love from the handicapper last year. I think their handicap went as high as 12. No love from BJ this year for Clutch & Co. They're 10th. They're playing the Water Cannons, who are now 6th. Got a big win. Spread, on the WhatsApp group, talked up their game, and the handicap has given a fair clip too, down from 5.75 into 4.25. Off the back nine too, we know they don't like the back nine with the Water. They're off the 11th and 12th. So Clutch & Co, a little bit of a chance there, but only the 3 shots to play with.
Yeah, I did reach out to Clutch & Co and to Billy and Luke to reach out for a comment. They didn't have one. They were pretty annoyed with the circumstance of no change in their handicap. They think they've done enough to potentially go out, and rightly so. They haven't been playing great golf. They probably should be where the good fellas are at, but obviously the handicapper doesn't agree. The Water Cannons, fair clip, rightly so. They were pretty chirpy after their win at Keilor with the 37. And I think BJ's done the right thing there with a fair whack to the Water Cannons.
Who are you backing for this game?
I reckon Clutch & Co will get their first win. I think the Water Cannons, the back nine, we know Wayne Wynnum. He loves that. He loves that little lake around hole 11 and 12. He'll probably find that a couple of times. So I'm going to say Clutch & Co will get their first win and will hold on.
Okay, let's move on to the next game. It's you guys, Berkeley boys. Had a loss, but BJ's clipped you by 0.2, 0.5. So you're 2.25. You're sitting last, but you do have a game in hand with the bye up against last year's Premier Spazball. They had a loss, but no change to their handicap rather. They're off one, playing the back nine, the harder of the 9 at Melton. Thoughts on this one? You've got basically shot and a half on them.
Yeah, look, I'll reserve my comments about our handicap coming in. I know the MRO will be watching, so I'm not too sure. Might get a bit of a slap if I tell my true thoughts, but I think Spazball will get the win. I know you gave them the Berkeley blunder, but 37 at Kooringal is pretty bloody good golf. I'm a bit nervous about that. So
playing good golf, playing par golf at the moment. So doing everything right, Spazball, to back up, probably playing better golf this year as the reigning Premier than they did to start the season last year. So they're really kicking off, total opposite to how the Water Cannons rebounded from their premiership. No hangover for Spazball. Got clipped by the Golf Gods, but probably the best team in the comp. So, I think I'll go for Spazball in this one. I think you just haven't had enough practice, you and Lockie, on the greens yet. The Golf Gods finally in plus territory. So from 0.75 down to plus 0.75, about where they probably should have started. Probably still a bit short on where most people think they should be, but at least the handicap has thrown them into plus territory. They're first, up against the Fuggies 5th. They've gone up, if you can believe that. They start off at 9.5, down to 8.25, back up to 8.5. So they've virtually got 9 shots on the Golf Gods, a shot a hole. If ever the Fuggies had a chance to knock off the Golf Gods, this is probably it off the front 9.
Yeah, Golf Gods probably at the point they should have started at with round 1. Probably should have been in the positives with Lucas Elliott and Mickey Hay joining forces. The Fuggies, well, yeah, they came off a loss. They had a good win against the Water Cannons round 1. I'm actually going to say the Fuggies will hold on in this one and will hold off the Golf Gods for their first loss. As good as the Golf Gods are, if the Fuggies play their game and just keep up with the Golf Gods, they'll get the chocolates. It's a big hole. It's a big gap to fill.
They certainly have to play a reasonable par golf, the Fuggies. They can't have too many bogeys here or double bogeys because the Golf Gods will go under the card. So the job ahead of the Fuggies, but probably the best chance the side's got of beating with a handicap difference like that. Let's move on to the next one. The Specialist Fielders, no change to them either. It's 8th versus 9th. Poor old Blue Gorillas. Their handicaps come down as well from 6.25 after back-to-back losses. They'll be wondering what they need to do to get a little bit of love from the handicapper. They're playing the front 9, but up against the Specialist Fielders, probably 8th versus 9th doesn't tell the true tale. of where these two teams are at. But thoughts on this one?
Yeah, look, Blue Gorillas, I had a quick chat when we crossed paths last week with Wayne and Matty Mullins. They weren't too happy with their game, so they'll be very disappointed that they've gone down in their handicap. So I'm not sure what their thoughts are at this present time. But look, I think the specialist fielders, I think they'll get the win here with that. After the form that Matty Mullins and Wayne were in last week, they didn't seem too confident. They seemed pretty down. I want them to bounce back, and I hope they do. But I think specialist fielders
Need to play some more par golf. They've done. They shoot a few pars, but they've played on both games. They've hit a couple of double bogeys. They've got to get rid of the double bogeys. They've got 6 shots, but they need to be playing a few more pars to have a chance of getting the specialist fielders this week.
I will make it clear, Wayne Johnson was pretty quick to grab the scorecard and make sure he's in charge of scoring last round, and I'm sure he'll do the same this round after a round 1 blunder, which we all heard about through the WhatsApp comms, Commissioner.
Absolutely. Now, that's it. The good fellas, they have a bye. They're 4th on the ladder, but the handicapper has certainly clipped them. They did you guys over at Keilor last week. They had a handicap of 9. They shot a 40, which brought them down to 31, so it was about 5 under par. With a new player, Alex Coronius, filling in for Pete Venables, down to 7.75, about where they should be, perhaps even a little bit lower, but BJ's clipped them a fair bit there. But the rumour mill is quite rife that now, with Alex Coronius filling in, lacked opportunities over the last couple of years as a fill-in player, absolutely played good golf and putting his hand up, that perhaps he should be given the opportunity a bit more often.
Well, no doubt Pistol Pete laid down the law and told Alex he needs to do some work, and he's certainly done that. I don't think he missed a drive. There was a lot of fairway hits. He had a lot of greens in regulation as well. Look, Machine Gun Mick with the flat stick as well. He didn't miss putts much from more than 6 feet. He was drowning 10 feet putts. It was a bit hard to keep up with them. I certainly think they're at where they should be. And a very dubious double bogey on the 9th hole. I'm not sure how they double bogeyed that. Might have been a bit of toying with the handicapper with that one.
Interesting to see who takes the field in round 4 for the good fellas, whether Alex Coronius gets relegated back out to his backfill or whether he's putting his hand up and say, I want a more regular spot. Righto, there is a bit of a fixture update on the one that was posted to WhatsApp. There was 1 round missing, which is round 11. Every team has to have a bye and every team has to play 10 rounds. So we've just adjusted the handicap. I'll post that out to WhatsApp. We've had to shift the gather round. We're looking at doing that on the 2nd of March now. There's a bit of a clash with a few blokes doing the Pier to Pub up in Lorne on the original schedule. So we're moving that to the 2nd of March. Most of the cricket season's finished and we're hoping that we can make it ourselves available on the 2nd of March. So the season goes out to the 12th of March, the semi-final on the 26th, and we'll play that by ear, but we'll just a bit of an update that the fixture will be updated and posted to WhatsApp during the week. That's it. We hope to see you Wednesday night. We know that rain is forecast, but hopefully it holds off and we can get out there now. If we can encourage all teams, please, this week to play at Melton Valley. I know we've been a bit of unavailable and people have been playing at other courses, which is fine, but the people of Melton Valley are putting a staff member on. I have booked, I've sent them the fixture and have booked those slots at 5, and they do keep a staff member on for us for those Wednesday nights. If we can hopefully see everyone there Wednesday. It's really, 3 rounds in now. Every win is like a nugget of gold. So we had some real big matchups this week, Ben. Really looking forward to it.
Yeah, looking forward to this week. It might sort of make the ladder a bit clearer as well. A few good matchups as well. You've got Specialist Fielders and Blue Gorillas, Golf Gods against the Fuggies with a big handicap difference. St Albans Old Boys versus Live Golf. So it's definitely some powerhouse matchups as well.
Righto, thanks for joining us, Ben. Short and sweet tonight, hopefully, and we look forward to all teams joining us here on Super Summer Series TV for our next episode. For now, all the best to all teams on Wednesday night.